Hello, hello, hello. How you doing, Aquarius? Good morning, good evening, good night. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whenever you come across this reading, I hope everyone is staying safe. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your like, sharing my content. It means a lot to new viewers, cross watchers. Please come on in. Take what resonate, reverse the roles, how they fit in your life. I don't know your life, so please take what resonates. Don't try to force it. Don't try to make something fit. If it don't, then just leave it for someone else, okay? I need you to stay with me. There are lessons, blessings, and confirmations in all of my readings. So Spirit Guides, Divine Universe, I ask you give me clarity, understanding. Most of all, I need your divine protection. This is for Aquarius. What's the energy for Aquarius? Aquarius, something is cautioning you, okay? You have caution here. Anxiety is here. You worried about something. Reflection. It's time to look in the mirror, Aquarius. Time to look in the mirror. Consciousness, okay? It's definitely time for you to look in the mirror about something you have an anxiety, you worried about. Some of you could be sad, okay? Could be sad about something. But I feel like you're ignoring your intuition, okay? You're ignoring your intuition. I feel like you have not been listening. You're not connected to your intuition. Whatever you said about, you're definitely having anxiety and reflection. Spirit guides is saying your consciousness reflecting back on something that you're sad about, something that you didn't listen to your intuition about. This anxiety that you're having, it's all about reflection. Let's see what else is going on for you, Aquarius. Thank you. Pause. Pause is here. This card, pause, is telling me, Aquarius, that lately you've been moody, aggravated, haven't been yourself. Okay. And Spirit Guides is saying that you need to take a pause and reflect upon yourself, okay? Look in the mirror, okay? It's about shadow work, okay? Consciously, okay? This is not subconscious. This is your conscious, and take a look at yourself. Whatever this is that's been causing you anxiety, you've been worried about, you've been sad about, you haven't been yourself, you've been moody, irritable lately. It's all about reflection. It's all about looking in the mirror and seeing what is causing this, okay? What is causing this anxiety? Tell me more for Aquarius. Confused, okay? You're confused. What are you confused about, Aquarius? You're definitely confused. You're all in your head. You're having anxiety, confused about something. Okay, so you got intuition. You got both of the cards, and both of them are in reverse. You definitely have, you're worried. You're very worried. You're very worried. You have not been listening to your intuition, Aquarius. Pray, okay? You've been praying. You've definitely been praying about the situation. My goodness. Yeah. I feel like with the perspective card here, the perspective is in the reverse, which tells me that it's like if it's in the upright, Aquarius, perspective is about being your higher self, okay? Connected to your higher self, changing your way of thinking, changing the perspective of how you see people, how you see things, changing your mindset, okay? I feel like you're not changing. Spirit guides is saying you're not your higher self because you have intuition twice in the reverse. Everything's in the reverse. So maybe at one point in time you was on the right track with listening to your intuition, being in tune with yourself, changing your perspective, but for some reason you're not. It's like your frequency is dropping. Okay, that's what spirit guides is telling me. Your frequency, your perspective, that means your vibration is dropping because you're worried, you have an anxiety. That's low energy. You're sad, you're crying. Okay, and you haven't been in the best mood. You're confused, and you're praying. I feel like what spirit guides is talking to me about this is that you've been praying. It's like your prayers are not coming true. It's like you're frustrated about, you've been praying and you're frustrated and you're confused. So I feel like it's a lot of emotions here in this reading, Aquarius. A lot of mixed emotions. And also your manifestation is not it's not, you haven't been able to manifest. That's because everyone has to realize, in order for you to pray is manifestation. Pray is, manifesting, praying and trusting and believing in the universe. In order for you to manifest and to pray and to manifest, you have to, believe in your higher self. Okay. The intuition is all about your higher self. And right now, I don't know who you are, but you're not believing in your higher self, your perspective. You're not even, you know, changing your thought process. Okay, so you're not becoming your higher self. You're not changing the way that you're thinking. You're not, your perspective, your intuition. And it's like, and that's why you're confused, because you're worried and you have an anxiety. It's because you're not listening to your inner self. You're not meditating. You're not being your higher self. And that makes that makes you very sensible to attracting low entity energy. That makes you very sensitive of attracting things that make you worry and make you confused, and you're not thinking straight. Your consciousness, you're not thinking straight. And spirit guides is saying that, okay, you need to reflect, because you can pray. Okay, you can pray all day. You can manifest all day, but if you don't change your perspective on how you think, how you see your life, how you see what you're doing wrong, if you're not in tune with yourself, then you will feel like your prayers are not being answered. And they're not being answered because you're not being your higher self. You're not changing the way that you're thinking, the way that you're doing things. Because when you operate from a high vibration, that means that you are doing your shadow work. That means that you're beginning to change the way you think. You don't do the same. Just say, for instance, if you spend a lot of money or you waste money, when you become your higher self, you begin to manage your money. You begin to do this. Just say, if you always used to attracting certain men, certain women, then when you change your perspective and become your higher self and in tune with yourself, you will no longer attract those type of men or type of women. So I feel like you have been neglecting, is the word I'm trying to tell you. You've been neglecting your intuition, your higher self. And the card came, the perspective. You're not listening to your consciousness. Okay, you're just doing it. You're not thinking, okay? Whoever you are, you're not thinking. And that leaves you confused, worried, and anxiety. And Spirit Guides is cautioning you about this. The reason why Divine Universe is cautioning you about this, because you're going to mess around and you're going to regret some choices that you make. Okay? When you're not consciously trying to change the way that you think, you're going to fall into sadness, fall into depression, fall into making bad choices. Okay, so let's see what's going on in your reading, Aquarius. Okay, it's all about happiness. It's all about making you happy, reflecting on what makes you happy. Okay, the Ten of Cups is fulfillment within your own self. But in order to make yourself happy and stop trying to make someone else happy, you have to be happy within yourself. It's all about reflection. That means you got to be your higher self. Change your perspective. Start loving yourself. Start loving you and create your happiness. And don't look for, there go your card, Aquarius. It just showed up in your reading. Okay? Your star card is Aquarius card. Okay? So it's all about pouring into yourself what makes you happy, and stop trying to find happy. Stop allowing people to look for happiness in through someone else, what someone else. So you got to find it in yourself, and you have to keep yourself at a higher vibration. It's like you're not even in your higher self. The way the cards are here, you're actually, your vibration is lowering. You have been a lot of manipulation. Okay, I feel like there's been a lot of manipulation, a lot of anxiety from people. Anxiety, maybe people manipulating you. For some of you, someone could have a spell on you. But you suffer from anxiety, from depression, worry, and confusion, from manipulation. This could be you manipulating yourself, being in your own way, your consciousness. You could be manipulating yourself, Aquarius, and it caused a lot of sadness, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. But the only way that spirit guides is saying, the only way that you can become, you can go towards your happiness and heal and pour into yourself, is that you have to turn this card around and change your perspective. You see this card? It says higher self. That means changing your consciousness. Change these two cards around. Become in tune with yourself, your intuition, because it's in the reverse. That means that you're not even listening to your gut. It's like you praying, and God, divine universe, is saying, why are you praying for something? If you would listen to your intuition, you would know the answer. And so it's in the reverse. So what you're praying for, if you would be in tune with yourself, your higher self, you will know the answer. Because even if it's meeting someone, even if it's down to, bills or people being in your life, your intuition, your discerning spirit is going to tell you who to fool with, who not to fool with. Your higher self, you're changing your perspective. You're going to know to pay this bill, you're going to know everything is going to be clear consciousness. But I feel like you have manipulated your own self, and you're causing this anxiety on yourself. Spirit guys, tell me more. This is for Aquarius. Let's see what else going on, Aquarius. Let's see here. So you got the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So thank goodness that the Wheel of Fortune came out in the upright, okay? Things are going to start turning in your favor. So maybe some of you are getting the hint that you have to change your perspective, because it fell right on the perspective card in the reverse. So maybe some of you are finally getting it, that I gotta become my higher self, my conscious, be aware of what you're doing, okay? Because some of you are just fluidly doing stuff. You just fluidly could be just going into relationship. You fluidly could just be spending money, overspending money. You could be fluidly doing something too much of, okay? So I feel like with this Wheel of Fortune, it's like you change, you beginning to see the picture. I feel like that's what Spirit Guides is saying. Tell me more for Aquarius. Yeah, because you having no success. You having no success of the way that you're doing it. Okay. You're manipulating your own self, your own conscious mind. You're manipulating it. And that's what's causing you anxiety and depression and worrying and confusion, because you're manipulating yourself. When you're thinking you're manipulating someone else, you're really manipulating yourself, because you're not in tune with yourself. That means that you're not even listening to your conscience. You feel like it's almost like this. Well, I'm gonna take this route, even though your consciousness, even though your intuition, your navigation system, that gut feeling is telling you not to take that route, but your ego Okay, reflection. Ego is telling you, no, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna go in this direction. But your gut, you're ignoring your intuition when your intuition told you not to go that way, but you want to go that way. Your intuition is telling you not to do that, not to spin that, but you saying no, your ego, I'm gonna spin that, I'm gonna do that. So you're manipulating yourself, and then you get to the point where you want to pray and you worry. That's because some of you could be manipulating your own thoughts. Okay, you ignoring what's right, and you doing the ego. The ego is like, no, I want to do what I want to do. I'm not listening to my intuition. So it puts you in the energy of the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Needy, 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 always wanting someone, your hand is always out, okay? Or this could be reverse the roles. If this is not your energy, this is your person's energy. This is what they're doing. But I really pick up on the energy, Aquarius, that this is your energy. And so that puts you in the energy because you rejected your conscious, your intuition, and it puts you in the energy of always needing something. Okay, needy energy. Okay, stuck with the Six of Cups in the reverse, stuck, needing hands out. Okay, so you're manipulating yourself, and Spirit Guide said the only way that can change is if you become your higher self and you look back. Okay, you look back on a lot of that in your life. Yeah. So Aquarius, you have even people down making decisions about wrong friends, okay, wrong people to deal with. People that gossip and talk about you. It's like, I don't know why you feel like you need to give someone a second chance after they done talked about you and they don't care nothing about you, blah, 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 blah. And why do you not listen to your intuition about these very people that gossip about you and talk about you, and you still want to communicate with these people? You're not listening to your intuition. Spirit guides, divine God is saying those people are not for you. That person is not for you, da, 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 but you ignoring it. And then next thing you know, then it's something that is, next thing you know, you left out in the cold. Left out in the cold. So a lot of you are in a new chapter. Okay. Yeah. You left out in the cold with your heart broken. Your ego. See? Some of you have awakened. Okay. You have awakened to your higher self. Okay, but you've been ignoring your intuition. So, some things had to come falling, tumbling down with the Tower card. You like out with the old, in with the new. It's time for new things. It's time for new emotions. It's time for new cups in your life. Out with the old, in with the new. But something had to fall out. The Tower card was here, okay? So anytime the Tower is here, it's like the Spirit guide said, I had to knock something out of your life. Something has to go. Friends, someone that you really wanted, it had to end. It was over. You don't understand why. You're confused. You're worried. Spirit guide said because, it had to go. The Tower had to come down on that situation. But I also see that some of you learned the truth, okay? And you're ready to take a new leap of faith. You learned the truth about the situation. Tell me more, Spirit guides. Thank you. So you got some communication coming in. Took a long time. Yeah, finally moving away from a rough situation. You got the Nine of Cups here. You've been waiting. All your wishes are about to come true. Something has been granted for you. It's been a long time coming. Okay. Yeah, you've been overthinking. But something you've been wishing and praying for, it's been granted. Spirit guides, divine God is granting you this. Okay, you could have walked away from a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Doesn't necessarily mean that. That's just what this card represents. You could have walked away from somebody, or they walked away from you. But a lot of gossiping with the Page of Swords in the reverse. You hear people talking about you, and you don't go back around those people that has talked about you. Okay, you're trying to see the good, and you got offers now. The energy is shifting, so you got offers. I feel like someone is coming to invest. Some of you may be getting a raise, a promotion. Someone may gift you, help you out, give you some money. Okay, gonna move you out of this rough situation. I see yeah, your wish being granted. Okay, some of you, this you could have somebody that sees you. This is gonna, this wish fulfillment, this grant you taking a new leap of faith. Aquarius is going to put you in the Empress energy, the Empress or the Emperor energy. Okay, but you gotta stay your higher self. You got to listen to your intuition. That's your navigation system. That's what's going to navigate you through life. You got to stay in, that discerning spirit. You got to stay in tune with yourself. Now, some of you, this may be past tense, and now you're becoming your higher self. You have awakened and realized that, people manipulated you and stuff, or some of you have gotten back on track with listening to your intuition. Okay, for some of you, this may have already happened. For some of you, you're in this now. For some of you, you're coming out of this. So, yeah, you got lover here sticking up. No longer in a loving connection anymore. No longer collaborating. Some of you no longer married. Yeah, no love, no passion. So this is all telling you, Aquarius, that you have to listen to your intuition, okay? Because sometimes if you're not your intuition, your conscious mind is not your perspective of how you think, how you make decisions. If you're not your higher self, then you're going to make a lot of bad choices because you're not learning from reflecting on shadow work. You haven't learned from it. Some of you had probably coming out of shadow work. Okay, that means learning how to stay at a certain vibration and stay in tune with yourself so you can make better decisions. You understand? That means from relationships to finances to friendship. It doesn't matter. You have to, and it won't leave you confused, out of your head, worried because you made a wrong choice. I'm Positive Thoughts and Energy, Aquarius. Just know that something's good coming in for you. Promotion, raise. Okay, something you've been waiting on a long time. Some money is coming to you. Could be someone that's coming to ask you, that's going to ask you out on a date that sees you as high value. Okay. And I feel like, you in the world, I feel like this is a new chapter of your life and you ready to start a new beginning and see what your next chapter is all about. So this could be past tense for some of you. This can be a learning lesson that you reflected, okay, and you changed your perspective and things are about to start to come in towards your life. You remember we've seen the wheel of fortune here. When you change your perspective, you start to move. You start to bring things into your life. And that means that the wheel is good luck, good fortune. Things are starting to come in your favor. But when you neglect your intuition, your higher self, you make bad decisions. I'm Positive Thoughts and Energy. Until next time, Aquarius.